Welcome everybody and thank you for joining me. So today I want to talk about Minecraft's Caves and Cliff update, as this is going to be their biggest update yet. In fact, it is so big that they decided to release it in 2 parts. Now Mojang is looking to make all types of improvements by adding new mobs, tools, plants and redstone signal blocks. Everything from the ocean to the nether has already been updated, so it was only a matter of time before they tackled caves. So first and foremost, we do not have an exact date yet for this update, at least not as far as I know, but an estimate was given when Mojang announced that the Caves and Cliffs update would be split into 2, one for the summer and one for a winter release. Unfortunately, no other updates have been given yet, outside of some snapshots showing off the work that they have been doing. Now this update will change how both the caves and the cliffs gets generated in Minecraft. The caves, for instance, will be laid out differently, shaped differently, different plantation and biomes will be added to completely transform the traditional look that we are used to right now. The caves will also be getting a lot bigger, and this will result in more open spaces as opposed to the tight spots that we have now. Those new open spaces will also mean that there will be lots of new things to discover. Now it is not just the caves that will be getting bigger, but they will also be adding some new biome types. Now there are 3 types of caves that we will be getting, starting with the Lush Caves. Now the Lush Caves, as you can probably guess by the name of it, will add lots of greens. This means areas will be covered in glowberries and green bushes. In this area you will also find plenty of other things like the azalea tree and the drip leaf plants, and there will also be walkable plant blocks that will look really amazing. But then speaking of the drip leaves, they will also be adding Dripstone Caves, and here they will be adding plenty of new things, including new shapes that will be spear-like instead of the usual Minecraft block shape. And then there is also what they call the deep dark, and it is here where you will encounter the new warden mobs. Now you will know when these mobs are nearby because any light in the surrounding area will start to go dim. Skulk sensors generate in these caves as well. So we have taken a look at the mobs and the biomes and the caves, but they will also be adding new blocks. There will be copper ore, copper blocks, copper slabs and copper stairs. Mojang will also be adding crimestone, which is slightly tougher than the regular stone, and then they will also be adding cobbled deep slate, which is essentially cobblestone but a lot harder. And then another block that they will be adding is deep slate ores that can be mined for the usual resources but are harder than the stone based ores. Another addition is the skulk blocks and the skulk sensors, the moss blocks and azaleas, which can both be used as decoration. Then there will also be a few more blocks that I cannot pronounce, so I just chose to skip them. Please don't judge me, but links will be down in the description. But then also, as part of the new mobs, mountain dwelling goats will be added. Now these goats are not as innocent as you might think, because they will attack you when angry. They will also be able to jump much higher than the regular animals, so it will be a lot harder to confine them. Now there is so much more to this update, I cannot even begin to go through all of the changes that Minecraft is going to be making and all of the things that they will be adding. I've only begun to scratch the surface. Now Mojang themselves had quite a bit to say about this update, especially when it comes to their decision to split the update into 2 pieces. They said, "We know this is the most ambitious one we have ever developed, and we are striving to deliver as much fun content as possible without compromising quality. However, due to the ambition level of this update and the current state of the world, we found it difficult to deliver this promise while sticking to our original timeline. Since giving you the best update possible is our priority, we have decided to split the Caves and Cliffs into 2 parts. The first part will be coming this summer, while the second is planned for release around this holiday season." Now again, as I have said, there are some massive changes that will be coming here. This will not just be them adding a few plants and animals here and there. In some cases they need to almost completely rebuild certain things. Now I think there is a reason for them wanting to do this, which I will get to in a second, but when it comes to the technical difficulties and what they need to go through to get this update to the people, Mojang said because of the magnitude of this update and the dramatic change it brings to the overworld as a whole, there are also significant significant technical challenges we need to overcome before certain parts of this update are ready to ship. Take the completely revamped world generation, which affects all of the caves and mountains in Minecraft. With this feature, we are completely reshaping the overworld, including the build height. Not only do we have to consider every effect that this can have on the world, but also how it will affect performance. Basically, having more stuff in the game also slows it down, and we want to avoid that. So Mojang is making some significant changes to the game. Many also believe that it is during this time that we will finally be receiving ray tracing for Minecraft on the consoles. Now this is actually a prime time for Microsoft to add this feature for the console players, with Fidelity FX now added to the consoles, making ray tracing less taxing and Mojang reshaping the world. It will be a huge missed opportunity if ray tracing is not part of this update, but in the end only time will tell. On that note though, this is where I'm going to end it. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. If you would like to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing, and as always, please remember to stay safe, wash your hands, don't touch your face, and I hope to see you again soon.